Hello guys, KP Shamino here with a new video for Path of Exile 2. And in this video I'm going to talk about the new Ascendancy, the Smith of Kitava. And I'm going to give my thoughts about it. And I'm going to compare it with my Titan Warrior that I already played for 350 hours. So at first sight I was really excited for this new Ascendancy, but I'm not sure that it's going to be that good. So first of all, let's get started with my warrior tank. So I'm already playing for some time a warrior tank. I did all the content with this tank, and what I saw was there are a couple of skills that are very important. So first of all, life, of course. Block is one of the most important skills that you need to have for defensive layers, and then the other one that I like a lot and was really good for me is life recovery, regeneration. So you can see here if I jump I got 1210. That's saved my life a lot of times on pinnacle bosses. You can run away, you just regenerate your life again, and so on. So that are for me the three most important defensive layers. Of course you need to cap your fire resistant, lightning, and cold too. But what I saw was I did some testing, a lot of maps with like getting higher in maximum resistance, but I didn't saw really a very big difference. And that's a problem, because the Smith of Kitava, but I think the best nodes are focusing on this. But not that much on life. Armor is not there, block is not there, life regeneration not there. Yeah, it's there, but you need to work a little bit around with the system. But that makes it not that good. Because you need to understand, if you compare it with my Titan, because a lot of people see a new Ascendancy, and but they forget a little bit what we are going to lose. So you can see this is my Titan. This is very good. Titan got 15% more maximum life too. This is probably one of the best Ascendancy skills that you can take. 50% increased effect on small passive skills. And then this one is very important too. So a chance for a slam skill on you use yourself to cause aftershock. Why is that important? Because what are people using a lot are slams. I'm using Hammer of the Gods, that's a slam, to kill a boss. So this is very strong. So it boosts the slams, and slams are used by a lot of warrior tanks, warrior builds, and all that stuff. This is all the things that we are going to lose if we go to the Smith of Kitava. So let's have a look. So I'm going to show you guys the skills from the Ascendancy. So first of all, we are going to start with Forge in Flame. So you need to take 2 points. So you got a small cluster that is going to give 15% to fire resistance. And then you can take this one. This is what I think very good. If you want to get to 90% maximum resistance, modifiers to maximum fire resistance also grant maximum cold and lightning resistance. So that's going to make your capping to 90% very easy. I will explain myself, so I can show you guys a couple of things. So first of all, you can just get runes. So you can buy runes here with alpha that are going to give, it's this one. So if you click this in an armor, you get plus 1% to maximum fire resistance. So that means with that Ascendancy, you will get plus 1 to lightning and cold. So you can stack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 already here in your gear. That's plus 6 maximum to all your resistance. So that's already 81. Of course, you need to replace your life, because you will see this a lot. If you want to go to plus maximum resistance, you will lose a lot of life. Because now I got everywhere plus 2% to maximum life. Another one that you can do is you go to this cluster. This is a cluster that a lot of people take, because here are the plus maximum life, the maximum resistance, plus 2 maximum resistance. So this one is going to give now plus 1 to lightning and cold. This one is going to get an extra one too. You can put here a jewel too, a lost time jewel that is going to give plus 1 to maximum resistance for the big nodes. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you put here a jewel, and if you put runes in your gear, you already got plus 11. So you will be probably already at 86%. And then you can come down here, and this is going to boost it to 90. So plus 2% to maximum fire resistance for each 40% uncapped fire resistance. So getting to the plus 90% maximum resistance or 90% maximum resistance are going to be very, very easy. Is it needed? I don't know. But it's going to be easy. Then the next one is a little bit the same. So now you got everything to 90, but you need to fill it up, of course, too. So modifiers to fire resistance also grant cold and lightning resistance at 50% of their value. So I see this really strong if you start the game. Because you can just get extra. So every fire resistance that is now 2 is going to give 1 point to the other ones too. So stacking it up is going to be a lot easier. Is this going to be mandatory for the end game? I don't know yet. I don't think so, to be honest. I think a lot of people are going to use this one, but this one is going to be more if you go to the chapters, if you start mapping. Because what is the benefit? So at the moment, you will get something like this. So you buy a helm, you just get resistance, life, armor, and strength for warriors. So if you got now, let's say you get 40 fire, that's 20. Yeah, this is going to be, so it's going to be really good. So to stack it up, because if you got fire, you don't need to bother about lightning and cold. So you don't need to search for specific resistance anymore. So I see it working, but at the end game, I don't know. Because if you want to get the maximum benefit, you probably need to get the highest modifier. I think it goes to 45% fire. And then you get 20 on the other ones. I can see it working, but of course you need to spend 2 Ascendancy points for it, of course. Is this going to be worth it? I think at the end game, most people will cap it very easy to 90% without this. I don't think that we are going to take this one for the end game, because we will need it probably here or somewhere here. Then the next one, so I think those 2 are very good. Then the next one, living weapon, I don't know what it's going to be. Next week we know it, but this need to be very good. If this is not good, those 3 things, I don't think a lot of people are going to play this build. That's the problem. Because offensive-wise, there is not really anything in this build. That's a very big problem, I think. Like in the Titan, you can boost your slams. You cannot do this. You can boost your small passives, not strength, not attributes, but other ones are boosted. So what is a Titan going to do? The Titan got Ascendancy points that are going to boost the DPS, because you still need to have DPS. Otherwise, yeah, you can stand there as a tank and die. First of all, you clear very slow, and you kill enemies very slow too. So this one I don't know, this one I don't know, but temper weapon I already saw, and to be honest, I cannot understand why they want to do it like that. It's never going to work. So what did I saw? You got the anvil, you hit on it, you're going to power up your damage for a couple of hits, and then it's done. It's never going to work. So you need to stand there for a couple of seconds in a map. Then you got only a limited amount of time that you got a buff, and then you need to do it again. I only see 2 solutions that people will use that. That the temper weapon buff is so high, like let's say 200% more damage, that we can use it on pinnacle bosses and endgame bosses, or that we can modify it that we got it instant, so that the animation on the anvil hitting is gone. It's cool, but it's just a meme. In my opinion, it's like, whoa, but if you think about ARPGs, it's never going to work. Okay, Path of Exile 2 is slower, but not that slow. So you need to understand what is going to happen. You start, you hit the anvil, you kill the first 2 packs, but there are still monsters, so you're going to hit those monsters without the buff. Then you need to hit the anvil again, you go again. Every time, nobody's going to do that. That's crazy that they put it in. So I hope that they fix this problem, because otherwise I think not a lot of people are going to take that. Then we go to small passive nodes. Very good. Not very good, but they are okay. That was a little bit wrong what I said there, but I can understand it here. They put fire. Like I said, this and this will probably be the first one. I don't understand what this is. Because this is a small passive, but it's not going to give anything. Because nothing is connected with it. So, not sure what it's going to give. Then the next one. And the moment that I saw this, the Smith Masterwork, because this is the core of this new Ascendancy, I was really excited until I started to see how it works and what it's going to give. This is really underwhelming for me. Really underwhelming. Because what is the problem? I'm going to give you guys first what it's going to do. So you can get this for free. This passive skill is free to allocate. The moment that you got this, you can get those passive skills. You need to invest 1 Ascendancy point in each, and then you get only 1 modifier. At first, this looks really good, you think, but it's not so good. Because you always need to compare it with the rare chest, and you always need to compare it with the stats that you need to have for a tank, or what are good stats for a warrior. And there are not a lot of good stats for a warrior here. So first of all, let's get started. And you need to have the points too. So I think this will work really great if you put 5 points in it, but what are you going to drop? So you take Force Flame by then you put 5 points in it, and then you're done, because you got 8 points. So you always need to get 6, because everything here is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So you need to work with 2s. So if you take 1 here, you can put 6 here, but you never can go like 2, 5 here and put somewhere else notes. So I see most of the people, if you want to get this working, you need to put at least 4 points in it. So probably people are going to get Force Flame, maybe Cold Soaker too, with 4 points. But then you need to take this, you need to skip this. So I don't think people are going to skip this. They take this, one of those 3, and 4 points here. But they need to buff this system too. So first of all, what is going to happen? You only can use a normal body armor. That's already a very big problem. Why is that? Because I will show you guys my my chest that I'm using. So what are we searching on a chest? Armor, very important. Armor you will not have on the new Ascendancy, because there is no modifier that is going to give more armor. That's a very big mistake. The resistance are there. That's good, but of course it's 1 Ascendancy points each. And then maximum life is not there either. That's a very big problem too, because if I lose this chest and I take a grey chest, the life is gone. That's 600 life that I just lost. That's a very big problem. Yeah, so therefore I see some problems in that system. But let's have a look to what we get and what is good and how you can combine them. So the first one is body armor grants armor, also applies to chaos damage taken from hits. That's not really important. So if you take enough life regen, therefore it's so good. You don't have a problem with this, and you don't have a problem with ignite either. So this and this is already a no-go. This is not good. Then the next one is a no-go too, heavy bracing. Body armor grants 100% increased stun threshold. So this is not unwavering stance from Path of Exile 1 that you're immune to stun. I think if they put here the unwavering stance of Path of Exile 1, this would be really good. And I think they need to do it like that. So what they need to do is the next. They need to put here skills on the tree that we cannot reach, or skills like passive skills, the big ones. Like if they put here that you're stun immune, like in the old days, the Juggernaut on the Marauder, this system will work. But now it does not work. This is crap. It's just going to boost your threshold number with 100%. Nobody's going to take that. And then I'm going to talk about this one. So 75% to cold resistance, 75% to fire resistance, and 75% to lightning resistance. I can see that people are going to take this instead of this at the start. I'm not sure that they are going to take it at the end game, because You start in Path of Exile 2 at -40. So if you stack this on your chest, all 3 of them, you got already 75. So that's already 35 and you're already good. But you need to use, of course, 3 ascendancy point. At the start, this can be really good. For example, if you got your first 2 points, you can just take this and this. So you got, for example, you find a chest with 30 lightning on. You can just take fire and cold. And you don't need to worry anymore for the entire chapter that you do 1, 2, and 3 about your resistance. So I think this is probably going to be stronger than this. But only at the chapters, because a body armor, it does not matter at the start. It matters at the end game. So I see somewhere a solution, but I don't see people taking 3 points on the Ascendancy to get this, because most people will cap by then the cold, fire, and lightning. And then the next one, and this is a very good one. So the plus 15% increased maximum life. This is very good, but the problem is, one Ascendancy point, you need to put it on your chest. This is something you never can get on your chest, but if you compare it with the Titan we got the 2. So there is, but I think this is going, if people use this system, they will take this for sure as a warrior. Because on the talent tree, we don't have percentage that much. You got the runes, but I think we got one node, 3%, that is going to buff the life, and that's all. Maybe if they do the update, we get a little bit more, but this is probably a go for everybody. Then the next one is a go-to. Body armor grants 20% increased strength. Why I'm saying that? So everybody that played the warrior, we are most of the time using this. Giant's Blood. Giant's Blood is going to allow you to use two-handed axes, maces, and sword in both hands. So you can dual wield two-handers. That makes it very, very strong. One of the best nodes that you can take. Always mandatory to play a warrior, otherwise you don't have the DPS. But it's going to triple the attribute requirement of weapons. So for people that don't know that, so you can see it here. So weapons, can I do it like this with shift? No, here. So this is going to be triple. I got now this mace is going to need 148 strength. With the Giant's Blood, it's going to be 3 times higher. So you will see it here. Therefore, I got 445. So therefore, you always take reduced attributes on your maul. So that's going to be very good. Because at the moment, most people take this wheel with a lot of strength. So what are you doing? You are just stacking strength the entire time. So we take this wheel. A lot of people take this wheel too with attributes. You stack it everywhere on every piece of item to get there. And we take this too on our amulet. Instill the enchant here. So you can see it here. Increased 5% increased strength. So the 20% increased strength that we will get with the new Ascendancy is very big. That's very big. This is very, very good. You just get 1/5 more, you know. It's going to save a lot of problems, but of course you will lose a lot of things too. So this and this is very good. Then this I already told you guys is body armor grants regenerate 5% of life per second. Very, very good too. So you can see it here. So I will show you guys it once again. So what is the problem? Therefore I got this chest. So you see here, this got, let me have a look. This got life regeneration as implicit, therefore I took it. But it's very hard to stack it. So you got here a couple of regenerations. Here it is, this is very important. But then you need to go already to here. This is very good for regeneration. And then you need to come to here too. So here you can find a lot of regeneration. But it's only going to boost your life regeneration, not your percentage. So therefore 5% just raw life regeneration is very, very good. Because that's very hard to get. So you see those nodes is 0.3, is 0.3, is 0.5. This is 1.1. And the modifier on the new Ascendancy is going to give 5%. That's going to be very, very big. Very good. I like that a lot. So if you can stack that on the chest, so the base chest that I showed you guys, you can get 7% life regeneration raw if you take this leather binding. So very good. Then the next one, body armor grants hits against you have 50% reduced critical damage bonus. That's not really good. You need to go to 100%, and I think we got one on the warrior already. I'm not sure, but I don't think this is really good. Then body armor grants +5 to maximum fire resistance. That's good. Its inner guys really well with this, but it's not really a problem as a warrior. I already showed you guys it with runes. A couple of notes, you got 90. So I don't think that people will take this and this. You can take it together, but I don't see that happening because once again, it's an ascendancy point. And then body armor grants 25% physical damage from hits taken from fire. So the problem is, what do I not see here? Because there are a couple of good things, but at the end you need to use a normal body armor. So first of all, what is the problem with this system? You need to spend ascendancy points. So you can take 4 of them. Let's 1, 2, 3, and then maybe a resistance. That's 4. But what don't you have if you take that? That's this. So you guys will see right away what you're going to lose. So you don't have raw life, because you cannot take that. You don't have, yeah, you got more than enough life regeneration, but most important, you don't have armor. Armor, the chest is giving the most armor from your body, so your armors in total. So that's not what we are going to get, and that's a very big problem. So what is the solution that I think that they need to do? So first of all, the first thing that I see can be problematic. That's the amount of points. So what I would think that they do in the future, because this is not going to work in my opinion. It's very good if you start, you got the white, you got your first ascendancy, because how are you going to do it? That your ascendancy 7 and 8 is very complicated to get them. It's not that easy. So you cannot spend all that stuff. It's not that you got 8 points. Here you go. Let's get started. So I think they need to fix this a little bit. So first of all, they need to reduce this by the half. And they need to put more than one modifier for every node. So for example, you can put maximum life. Let's say put maximum life with life regeneration. That's very good, maybe a little bit too good, but something like that. They need to put it together. That you got more than one modifier, and then it will work. Another thing that they can do is next, they need to put like a skill on it. Unwavering stance, that you're stun immune, that you cannot get slowed, like a little bit like the Juggernaut, because this is 1.2. In the Juggernaut, we took 1 point, and we got a lot more than we get here. And that's a very big problem. So they need to do that. They need to put here plus armor too. There need to be a node that just gives plus 2000 armor. Very simple set. There need to be a node with just raw life too. That's not here either. And then I think it can work. But now, I think this will be very strong through leveling. But it will be very hard to compete with the Titan tank, in my opinion. But we will see. Thanks for watching, guys. Have fun. Bye bye.